Aloha everyone, welcome to alohanathieyoga. I'm Nathie and I'll be guiding you today in your practice. So a few things just to mention. Listening to your body is really essential. So in any practice at any time, if you need to modify anything, please do so. Another thing is to have water with you and a safe space, a space where you feel you can just let go. And getting into something comfy is really important. So glad you made it to this channel, and I will see you on your mat. Aloha. So we'll come into a seated pose. You can sit in Sukhasana, or you can sit on the shins, whatever feels good to you now. You can even sit on a block or a folded blanket right at the edge of the blanket, and we'll just center ourselves in our poses, finding that comfortable space for us, a place where we can just settle and dive into the moment right now, noticing the breath. So dropping into the breath without changing anything specifically, just allowing yourself to deepen the awareness and carving the space for yourself now in your practice. Just notice what you've been carrying lately, or anything that has been weighing you down. And just witness your experience now. Maybe the hands are gently laying on the thighs, palms facing up or down. And then bring awareness to the points of contact on the mat, where you feel the skin or the legs, the thighs, the glutes touching the mat, grounding down in your seat. And take a deep breath in here, and a slow, mindful exhalation. Do this again. And maybe here you'd like to bring in an intention in your practice. And that could just be as simple as recognizing that you may need more rest, or calming down the nervous system in your practice. Maybe doing less, or maybe doing a little bit more, or maybe focusing on the breath today. Maybe your intention can be focused on reconnecting with the earth, or maybe just being aware of your body in space. And in this moment of silence, recognize the quality of your breath, the sensations as you inhale, and as you exhale, maybe even opening and closing the jaw, feeling the throat center, noticing the shoulders stacking above the hips, lengthening the crown of the head to the sky. And just land here on the mat in your center. Take another really deep breath in, sending the breath up the chest. Exhale, let it out. And we'll come onto all fours, moving into the middle of the mat, and just sway your hips a bit side to side here. Shimmying your hips side to side. Notice how that feels in your body. Maybe nice big circles with the hips in one direction. Warming up the wrists, the heels, the ankles, the top of the feet, the spine, and then switching directions. Really allowing the back to flex and extend here. Notice how you feel between the shoulder blades and the side body. Stay with breath. And then come back to center. Walk forward a little bit to the front of the mat. Extend the right leg out on the ball of the foot and sway forward and back. Really pressing the heel back to stretch the calf here. Bring awareness to the sensation in the right calf. And then lift that leg parallel to the mat, toes pointing down. Bend that knee and rotate it out and down and in. Big circles with that knee. And you can look down at the mat to relax the neck. Keep breathing in those circles. And then lower the knee down. Now, take the left knee to the center of the mat. Lift the right leg, bring that leg behind the left, opening the shins out and sitting onto a block or the sit bones. We're having stacked knee here, so cow face legs. And we're opening the hips. So notice both sit bones grounding down into the mat. You can stay upright here and just stay here if that's comfortable for you. Or inhale the arms up to the sky, lengthening the spine. Really allowing that lengthening to happen. And bind the right arm on top of the left for eagle arms. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky, lengthening the spine, grounding down in the sit bones. And then exhale, draw the elbows down towards the knees, rounding into the back, drawing the navel in. We'll do this again. Inhale, lengthen and lift the binded arms, maybe looking up. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, lift up, really reach. Exhale, tap the elbows down and round in. Inhale, lift up, unbind the arms into cactus, opening the chest. And then exhale, reach the arms down in front of you and fold. Fold as much as needed here. You can even have stacked blocks underneath the forehead. Deep breaths here. Inhale, walk the hands up, straightening the back, planting the hands behind you, lifting the legs, unbinding them, planting the soles of the feet on the mat, and just allow the knees to drop to the right, inhaling to center and dropping them to the left in windshield wiping movements. And keep moving like that, just to release the hips a little bit, keeping the chest opened to the sky. And then come back onto all fours. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So reach the left foot behind you, straighten the leg and sway forward and back on the ball of the foot, straightening that calf, stretching all the back of the leg. Breathe into that movement. Noticing the sensation, and then hold the heel back, pressing the heel back. Notice how that feels. now in the calf. Lift that leg parallel to the mat, bend the top knee, and then rotate the knee out and down and in and back out in circles. Opening that left hip. Notice the abdominals supporting you in this as well. And then just bring your awareness to all 10 fingers grounded into the mat. And then switch directions with the circles. Breathing deeply here. Allowing yourself to experience the sensations now in your body. And then we'll shimmy that right knee to the center of the mat. Bring the left knee behind the right. Open the shins and sit into that cow face shape for the legs. Lengthening the spine, stacking the shoulders above the hips, grounding down in the sit bones. Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, left arm on top of right for a bind. So you can also stack the forearms together without binding. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky, looking up, lengthening. Exhale, crouch in, tapping the elbows to the knee. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, round forward. Again, inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Unbind the arms into cactus, opening the chest. Exhale, fold forward, arms landing in front of you. Option to have blocks stacked underneath the forehead. Deep breaths here. Allow the space of the breath to open up the space between the organs in the belly, the lower back. Inhale, walk back up to center, placing hands behind you. Unbind the legs, plant the feet in front of you, mat width apart, and we'll do the same thing again. Windshield wiping the knees side to side here with your breath. Taking the time to feel that opening. Just relax into the windshield wiping movements. And then here, we will lay down on our backs, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a loving hug, maybe even the first hug of the day, swaying side to side. Just allow yourself to land here. And then open and closing the knees. So allowing the hands to guide the knees opened and closed. Nice rotations in the hips, and then switch directions. Notice how that feels in the hip creases, even in the elbows and the shoulders. And then lower the feet back down on the mat, arms along your sides, palms facing down, bringing the heels closer into the glutes. Inhale, lift the sit bones up into your first bridge here. So without too much effort, just lift enough to feel the front line of the body opening, pressing into the heels, drawing the tailbone towards the heels. Lifting the pubic bone and the hip bones to the sky, bringing the chest towards the chin. And then allow the knees to move forward towards the back of the mat, keeping them in line with each other. Squeezing the glutes slightly to support your lower back. And then slowly exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly from the top to the bottom of the back. And take a moment here to feel that in your body. And then maybe bringing the feet to the sky, rotating the ankles, pointing and flexing the toes, shaking and shimmying the arms and the legs to the sky, allowing the rotation of the wrists. Move organically, whatever feels good to you now, to release the bridge. Feeling the back of the body contacting the mat. And then lower the feet down again. We'll come into a bridge again. And this time focus on really supporting yourself, drawing the navel in and squeezing the glutes a little bit more, recognizing here how this bridge is strengthening your body, the abdominal region, and the legs. So when you're ready, inhale, peel yourself off of the mat from the sacrum all the way to the upper back. And again, you can interlace the fingers underneath you this time around, pressing into the mat with the back of the arms, lifting with the glutes and sending the pubic bone to the sky. Feel yourself grounding down into the feet, the support of your feet. Breathe deep here. Maybe lifting a little higher. And then exhale, slowly release the grip, lower down, slowly from the top of the spine all the way down. Take a deep breath in and exhale here. And maybe just dropping the knees side to side, allowing a deep sense of release in your body. Moving at your own pace here. And then we'll slowly roll ourselves back, forward and back, kind of like playing a little bit. Rolling onto the spine if that feels good. Rolling, having fun on our mats, letting go a little bit here. Swinging back and forth. It's fun, right? Until you land all the way onto your mat and then into down dog. Your first down dog in your practice. Notice how it feels being slightly inverted, pedaling the feet, lowering one heel at a time, feet hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart. Lengthen the hips up and back. And just notice how that feels in the back of the thighs. And then trying to draw the armpits towards each other so that the eyes of the elbows are pointing up towards the sky. Maybe swaying the hips here side to side. Feel the strength in the palms, the knuckles of the index and thumb. Inhale the right leg up behind you into three-legged dog. Reach that leg up and back. Lengthen before lifting. You really want length before lifting. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, supporting yourself with your abdominals, pressing out of the mat here. And then exhale, step the foot between the hands. Look forward, lengthen into that lunge. The back knee is lifted. You're on the back of the ball of the foot. And then exhale into the twist, your right side, lifting that right arm to the sky, planting that left hand down. Nice lunge twist. And then release that right hand down. And then here, step it back into down dog as you exhale. Inhale into a high plank. Swaying forward and back on the ball of the feet, drawing the navel into the spine. Shift yourself forward. Exhale, drop the heels to the right, looking down with the chest and the eyes. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop the heels to the left. Using your obliques here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg behind you into three-legged dog. Lengthen and lift. Really allow yourself to lengthen out of that heel. From the fingers to the heel. Exhale, shift forward, drawing the knee to the nose. Rounding in. Look between the hands. Step it between the hands. Staying in your low lunge, look forward to lengthen the spine. So the chest is reaching up. And then exhale into your twist, reaching that left arm to the sky. Deep breath here, powering out of that back leg. Breathe into the side ribs. Your heart is still reaching here. Plant the left hand down. Step it back into down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Shifting your weight forward into plank. Exhale the heels to the right. Inhale back to center. And then exhale the heels to the left again. Inhale back to center. Shift your weight forward. Exhale, elbows in, lower down, all the way onto the belly. Untuck the toes, hands by the ribs, elbows in. Reach the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. So looking just down by the mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift into baby cobra again, squeezing the shoulder blades. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift into baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. When you're ready, tucking the toes, coming onto the knees or a high plank. Exhale into your down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg behind you into three-legged dog. Bend that knee, stack the hips. Opening that front body on the right side. Look down at the mat and then just rotate that top knee into nice big circles. Maybe that feels good for the top hip. And then switching directions, nice big circles here. Keep the chest pointing down towards the mat. Inhale, lengthen back into three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the foot between the hands. Set yourself up for a high lunge here. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, bend the front knee deeper. So allow the back heel to reach, reaching the fingers to the sky. Allowing the shoulder blades to slide down the back, but lifting out of the hips. So feeling the strength coming out of both feet. The hips are facing forward. Nice strengthening, bringing the hands to heart or reaching up. Interlace the fingers, pointing the index back for a small back bend. Lift, maybe looking up if this feels good to you. Maybe you'd like to have your eyes closed. Inhale back to center. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back into high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down all the way. Inhale, cobra, lifting the chest. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, looking forward. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg behind you into three-legged dog. Bend that knee, stacking the hips. And draw that shoulder, that left shoulder down. Rotate that top knee. Big circles here. Allowing the opening of the hips. Nice inversion. Then switch directions with the circles. Feeling yourself pressing out of the hands. So that strength is coming from the shoulder, the lats as well, the upper back. Come back to center, reaching that leg behind you. Exhale, step it between the hands, setting yourself up for a high lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bend the front knee deeper. Taking time, allowing yourself to feel the strength. Feel both legs supporting you, right in the middle, right in the center. Inhale, interlace the fingers. Exhale, point the index back for a small back bend. Opening the heart center, opening the throat, the sacral area. Allow yourself to sink here. And then exhale, plant the hands, step it back into high plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Deep breath here. Inhale, roll yourself into high plank. Exhale, drop the heels to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop the heels to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Keeping the chest opened. Exhale into your down dog. And then allow a deep breath here, settling into the heels, taking the time. In your down dog, lifting the hips up and back, drawing the navel in. Inhale, lift the right leg behind you into three-legged dog. Exhale, step it between the hands. Step the left foot forward a little bit, setting up for pyramid pose. You can have blocks underneath the hands if that's good for you. Otherwise, making sure the feet are on their own track. Lengthen and lift halfway. Both hip bones are reaching behind you, back. And then exhale, fold into the front leg, maybe with a slight bend in the front knee. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold in. We'll do a few of these pulses where you lift halfway and you fold in. And you can always have that right thumb in the right hip crease to pull that right hip back. Root down into both feet. And try not to hyperextend the knees here. And keep slight bend in the knee. Bend the front knee. And then reach the arms up into warrior one. Warrior one. You can readjust the stance. Reach out of that back heel, the knife edge of the foot grounded into the mat. Powering out of that back leg. Feel that warrior one here in the front body, in that left hip flexor, groin, and then bringing the hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, drop the right hand behind you onto the thigh and reach that left arm back. Nice modified warrior one twist. Inhale, back to center, reach. Exhale, plant the hands down. Then step it back into your down dog. Inhale, shift forward into high plank. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, opening the shoulders. Exhale, press back into down dog. Inhale, reach that left leg back behind you, three-legged dog. Take a moment here to readjust the hips, leveling out the hips. Strong abdominals. And then exhale, step it between the hands. Step that right foot forward a little bit, finding your pyramid. Inhale, lift the chest up halfway, taking the left thumb into the left hip crease, maybe pressing the hip back. Exhale, fold in. You can do half lifts for a few more pulses. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reaching the chest forward, and then exhale, folding into the front leg. Bring awareness to the sensation in the back hamstrings, especially the left hamstring. Feel the back heel planting into the mat, reaching back. Deep breaths here. You may feel that back heel lifting or planted. Bend that front knee. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead for warrior one. Nice strong pose here. Planted in both feet. The center point of gravity, the middle line, is right in the center. Right in the abdominal region, reaching down into the root chakra. Lift out of the hips, drawing the navel up and in. Keep the lines of energy open in your chest, bringing the hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the left, dropping the left arm on the back thigh, reaching the right arm back. Sort of like in a diagonal shape. Keep the front knee bent into your warrior one. Feel the heart opened to the sky. Breathe into the partial twist here of the spine, the mid-spine. Maybe smile internally. Inhale back to center. Exhale, plant the hands forward, step it back into your down dog. Deep breaths here. Settling again. Inhale back to high plank. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk the feet and the hands meeting into the center of the mat. Allow yourself to dangle into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Maybe bending the knees a little or a lot, swaying side to side, holding onto opposite elbows. Breathe, swinging forward and back, allowing the neck, the head to hang heavy. Feeling the vertebrae opening up. Bring awareness to the feet, connection to the ground, and the balance right in the middle of your body, from the heels to the toes. Allow each breath to expand, and each exhalation to relax you. When you're ready, with the weight in the heels, roll yourself slowly all the way up, bring the hands to the sky, lengthening. And then exhale, hands to heart. In your Tadasana. Bring the arms along your sides, palms facing forward, rooting down into the feet, powering through the legs, the energy of the earth coming up into the legs, up into the abdominals, the pelvis, really reaching up towards the chest, lifting out of the heart, opening up the throat, the energy flowing through you, up through the crown of the head. Feel the balance right in the middle of your body, perfectly grounded, connected, and opened, reaching the fingers down towards the earth with its own energy. And just settle here into a strong, opened Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, interlace the fingers, point the index back for a nice back bend here. Rooting into the heels. Pressing the pubic bone forward, a slight squeeze in the glutes. Lift from the sternum. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, reaching the crown forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you, bend the knee, stack the hips once more. Rotating that top knee. Again, notice maybe how it feels this time around compared to the first time that you had done this. Switching directions with the circles, opening that top hip. Inhale back to three-legged dog. And then exhale, draw the knee into the elbow, dropping the shin down and coming into your pigeon. You have options here, maybe looking back, straightening that back leg. You have option to put padding underneath that right hip, blocks underneath the hands. You have the option to stay upright or to come into sleeping pigeon. Whatever feels good to you now in your pigeon. And if this doesn't feel good to you, you can always come onto your back and come into a figure 4 with the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And just settle in here, finding stillness in whatever place you'd like to be in your pigeon. Breathing, bringing awareness to the breath and revisiting the intention for your practice. Noticing what you may need now. What is flowing through you? Focusing on parts of the body that may feel a lot lighter, more opened. And just release the tension that you may feel in the hips. Letting go just a little bit more. Inhale, back up if you were folded forward. Tuck the back toes, step it back into high plank, and then shift your hips back for down dog. Deep breath here. Inhale, shift your weight forward into high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Then exhale into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg behind you into three-legged dog. Bend that top knee, stack the hips once more. Rotating that top knee again into nice big open circles. Noticing how this side feels compared to the first time that we went through this pose. Switch directions with the circles. Allow yourself to feel the sensations in the body. Inhale, reach the leg back into three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the left knee to the left elbow, turning the shin in and coming into your pigeon. And again, here you can have support underneath the left hip like a folded blanket. You can keep your hands on blocks, your chest lifted. Finding stillness here. Option 2, fold in, lowering the forehead on stacked fists or blocks, a bolster, or all the way down to the mat. Settling more deeply into your breath. Accepting, inviting in the relaxation of the tension, the holding, the gripping, just softening where you can. Just soften a little bit more. Bring awareness to the breath, expanding the belly as you inhale. And as you exhale, press yourself back up. Turn onto the left hip. Swing that right leg forward, coming onto the sit bones, planting the feet forward. And then open the feet mat width apart. Hands behind you and drop the knees to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop the knees to the right, keeping the chest, the front line of the body opened. Extend the legs straight forward. Bend the left knee. Bring the left foot on the outside of the right thigh. Inhale that left hand behind the lower back. Reach the right arm to the sky. Exhale, hook it around the left knee into a twist, a seated twist. Inhale, lengthen, maybe untwisting slightly. And then exhale with length, twist a little bit more. Leveraging with that left hand right by the lower back. Maybe gazing over the left shoulder, feeling both sit bones planted and rooted into the mat. Breathe in towards the spine and down into the spine. Exhale, release the twist, looking forward. Releasing the legs, shake, shake, shake the legs to release any of sensations there. And we'll do the other side. Setting yourself up on the other side, taking that right hand behind the lower back. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. Exhale, bring it around the right knee for a bind. Into a nice twist. Inhale, lengthen.
Exhale, twist. Allow yourself to open that right shoulder and not crouching in. Keep the length, keep the lift from the heart center, from the sternum. It's very easy to allow ourselves to curl back into a rounded posture. So really lift and lengthen. Option to gaze over that right shoulder, or maybe just keep the eyes closed. Whatever feels good to you now. And look forward, come back to center. Unbind the legs, shaking the legs. Inhale, lifting the arms overhead. Exhale, holding on to both elbows, opening into a staff pose, flexing the toes towards your knees, feeling the armpits open, and then exhale, cactus your arms into the staff pose. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold in to a caterpillar. Inhale, lift arms overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms in your staff pose. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, fold in, maybe grabbing onto the feet. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms once more, opening the chest. Inhale, reach arms to the sky. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach arms to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms again. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold in. Stay here for a nice deep breath, opening the back line of the body, breathing into the lower back. Maybe relaxing the hands along the sides of the shins, allowing yourself to round forward. Letting the breath go. Inhale, walk yourself back up, planting the hands behind your hips. Point the toes. Inhale, lift the hips into a reverse plank. Opening the front line of the body, squeezing the glutes, opening up the throat, squeezing the thighs, and then exhale, lower the glutes back down. Bend the knees. Walk yourself forward a bit and lower down onto the back. Taking a moment, a breath on your back. And then bring the soles of the feet together and open the knees wide into a Supta Baddha Konasana, a supine butterfly pose. Option to have blocks underneath the thighs to support the thighs. Take a moment, maybe just slight swaying side to side. Arms maybe overhead. And then settle into your butterfly pose here. Softening the gaze, maybe closing the eyes, maybe noticing the contact of the soles of the feet together, all the toes. And the knife edge of the feet grounded into the mat, into the earth. Soften the belly. Allow all the back of the body to relax. Softening the mind chatter. Releasing all the expectations. Belonging with the earth. Just you and the ground beneath you. Bring the energy of the breath into the inner thighs. Breathing deeply into the pelvis. Deep breaths here. When you're ready, bring the hands behind the thighs, closing the knees in, drawing the knees into the chest, lifting the head to the knees, giving yourself a final hug. And then exhale, lengthen out into your final Savasana, opening up, taking as much space as you need to settle. Noticing the breath moving, but your body is still. Allowing yourself to move with your breath and to find stillness with the ground. Bringing movement and stillness together as a whole. Your whole body, complete harmony. Thank you so much for joining me in your practice. Stay here as long as you need. Namaste.